It's -10 in central Alaska today in November. And I'm trying to cut trails through here and I'm looking for the easiest path. Brilliant. Elon Musk and landing rockets has got nothing on us. We're about a month too late. Okay, we got 8 inches of snow last night. We're just about at the end of our wood cutting. I've got one very large tree that's down back here. We've got the biggest saw I own. Can-Am 6-wheeler is running good. And let's see if we can make it down the trail. I know you're probably wondering how we ended up here. This might shock you, but I'm once... It's It's 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a beautiful mid-November morning in south central Alaska. I love this time of year. It's early winter. We've just had our first couple of really good snows. We have about 6 to 8, maybe 12 inches of snow on the ground. So if you're wondering what we're doing today, I'm trying to cut trails through here so we can enjoy this winter with our snow machines, also known as snowmobiles, or skis, or on snowshoes. And I'm looking for the easiest path without having to cut too many trees. A lot of these trees, if you're wondering, are dead. And they need to come down for the health of this forest and for fire danger. The dead fuel has to come out of here. So we're looking at some of these trees and we're trying to figure out what's the quickest path through here while taking out dead trees and leaving healthy trees. This is the Stihl MS 261C. It's a fantastic saw. It is my go-to saw. I have 5 chainsaws. It's a bit of a problem. I've got 5 chainsaws. This is by far my favorite for general work duty in Alaska. It's -10 in central Alaska today in November, and I need this saw to run and work every time, and it always does. I know this might sound crazy to you guys, but dehydration is a major risk out here. It's extremely dry. That's the easy part. The fun part. If you're curious where I got that saw, I'll leave some links in the description. We have no relationship with Stihl. I just love the product. I'm a little late on this project. I'm about a month too late. What we do is you want to catch this at just the right time of year. You don't want to do it in the summer months because it's full of mosquitoes in here and it's really grown up and you can't really see and it's full of leaves. But then after the first freezes come, all the trees drop their leaves. It's a lot more clear in here and there's no mosquitoes left. But you want to do it before the first snow hits. And I'm a little bit late, and so the challenge for me is to not hurt myself slipping in this snow, and you never know what's under the snow. So it's slow going, but it's okay. We're making it. And I want to do this absolutely before we get a deep snow in here where it's waist deep and there's no longer I can do this. Looks like I broke my winch. This is what's called a widow maker. It's called a widow maker because it's a leaning tree and it's a big tree and it could fall at any time. And if you're under that tree and it falls, it'll kill you, or it could. And it's a very difficult tree to cut because it's unpredictable. But the best way I've found, and I'm no expert, don't do it because I'm doing it. This is just me showing you what I do here. What I'm going to do is take my saw and cut rounds out of the base. And as I cut each round, it's going to continue to fall that way. And I'll continue to watch the top of that tree up there. The top of that tree is pretty stable in there. I don't think it's coming down. And if it does, it'll fall that way. So I think we're pretty safe here. But this is the last major piece to my perimeter trail around my 10 acres here in South Central Alaska. And so once I cut this piece out, we'll have a full perimeter around the back of my property. Okay, we got 8 inches of snow last night. It's 15 degrees on a beautiful mid-November day. We're just about at the end of our wood cutting. I've got one very large tree that's down back here, and I've had my eye on it for quite a while. I want to go get it out of there before it gets buried under the snow and rots all winter. And I'd love to get it out for some firewood. We've got the biggest saw I own right there. Can-Am 6-wheeler is running good. And let's see if we can make it down the trail. I'm worried about us getting bogged in here in the snow since we got so much snow last night. So come along for the ride. Let's see if we make it. Made it. So right here is the big tree I want to take out. You can see it's dead. It's lying on its side. It's a relatively large birch tree, and what I have to do now is see if I can get through this deep snow, back my 6-wheeler up in there, cut this thing up, and then put it inside this machine and haul it off. Alrighty, we're here. That went even better than expected. It was so easy to just run the saw and it's off the ground and it's floating there for me. They don't all work out like that. Beautiful. Brilliant. Elon Musk and landing rockets has got nothing on us. My wife named her Kermit because she kind of looks like a frog with legs spread out. We got many more projects, and I'm excited because I believe this is the last of the firewood collecting I need to do. Now all I need to do is split it and stack it. It's a life in the backcountry. It's a good life. I know you're probably wondering how we ended up here. This might shock you, but I once wore business suits, $2,000 business suits and ties every day of the week, shiny shoes, transatlantic airline flights, first class all over the country and around the world, Switzerland and Europe and all over in Canada. And I grew up in the country, son of a rice farmer, grandson of a rice farmer, great-grandson of a homesteader and a cowboy. And I think it's just in my blood. I never fit in the world of business, big business, you know, corporate world. I worked on Wall Street. I've worked in Switzerland. I've worked everywhere in between. Very high-paying jobs, very high-level, prestigious jobs, and I hated every one of them. And all I did was I was just trying to get back to this. And I think it's just in the bloodline that we live this type of life. And I've never been happier. And if you are living that life now, if you're somewhere on an airplane watching this, or you're stuck in a cubicle somewhere in a job that you hate, working for a boss that doesn't care about you in some city or some suburb that is stealing your soul, reach out to me. And I'd love to share with you how I got here and how Dawn and I did this. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and I'd love to help you if you're interested in how we achieve this life and how we managed to go from that to this. It wasn't easy, and there's no secrets to this, as people say. The big secret, there's no secrets to this, folks. It's risk, it's hard work. We committed career suicide to live this life. and I wouldn't change it for the world. Let me know what you think. Email me at livingmyalaska@gmail.com or put a note in the comments and I'll respond as soon as I can. Let's load up some firewood. Let's go to the house and drop this off. Our first of many loads of firewood. Under that blue tarp is our wood splitter. It's a little bit late to be splitting firewood, but it's okay. We'll get there. The snow's gotten quite a bit deeper in here since I was here just a few days ago. I'm almost at the end of my opportunity to get this done. Oh, it's so pretty in here. I love it. But I really should have a gun on me right now. It doesn't mean that the bears are asleep yet. It looks like I have a little tree down in the middle of the trail here that I need to cut. And then we can proceed up the hill here. Listen to that, everyone. Oh, it's a winter wonderland. It's so quiet in here. You can hear the snowflakes falling out of the sky. There's no wind. One of the things I love about living in this area of Alaska, central Alaska, we're about 2 to 3 hours north of Anchorage, is there doesn't seem to be much wind here. We're kind of in a valley. And I really like that. It makes for some absolutely beautiful and peaceful scenery like today. Whew, it's quite warm today. I might not need this jacket. Come with me, let's have a look at these berries. I believe these are high bush cranberries. If anyone out there knows what these are, please correct me. And if you've ever had these or you know what they are, leave it in the comments. I'd love to know. Let's see what they taste like. Red inside. They're icy and bitter. Maybe it's too late. They're so pretty. It's very bitter. So if someone knows what this is and when I should be picking them, I think it's after the first frost. I think it's a bit late. Let me know. All right, here's our dead tree. Have a look at this. So this was spruce beetle kill. It's a beetle that came from Asia and invaded. It's an invasive species and it kills the trees. It basically eats all the bark and then kills the tree. So the bark on a tree like this is basically, it's basically like the bloodline in a person. The bark is how the tree gets its nutrients. And if you wring the tree at a certain level, you'll cut off the circulation of that tree and it dies. Everything above it will die. And that's what's happened here. So you can see it's already splitting. It's bone dry. It's standing, which means it's got very low water content. This makes very, very good firewood. Right now, I can burn it this year. I don't have to let it season and sit for a year. We're gonna climb this hill. Let's see how the six-wheeler does. I had to get a running start to get up here, but we made it up the hill. All right, as you can see, that's my house right there. So we've made quite a bit of progress here and I'm ready to be done with this. I'm tired and I'm hungry, but we have a bit more chainsawing to do. The easy stuff is taking down the big trees. It seems like the more challenging thing is cutting this brush because I can't see it. It's buried in the snow. I see the end of my trail right here. And so all I need to do is get from here to there. I don't know, that's less than 20 feet, but it's quite the chore. I think I'm done with the major part of the trail cutting. As you can see, I've got a little trail through here now. and up to my house. Let's make a full loop of the property. Time to pick up firewood. I've done enough cutting and I'm really done with that. I'm glad I'm done. And I have quite a bit of firewood to pick up, and we'll take it back to the house and dump it next to the log splitter. And we'll be splitting on a future date. Okay, that's a pretty good load. As you can see, I have quite a bit of firewood right here. I'm going to unload this and we'll make one more path through here, and each time we go through this trail, it'll pack that snow down and it'll give us a good base. And it's obvious I need to go through there with the chainsaw one more time and clear and take some of the bottom logs that are still on the ground out. But in general, it's passable, and that's the first time we've had that since we've moved here. Now, I love running chainsaws. It's one of the more rewarding and physically challenging things I do out here. But what I wanted to share with you is getting your own firewood is extremely rewarding, and watching it burn in your own fireplace in the dead of winter is a wonderful experience. There's a problem. It's also very, very inefficient. The number of times I have to move this piece of wood is going to surprise you. I counted at least 7 different times I have to move this one piece of wood before it goes to the fireplace. Let me explain. Number 1, I have to cut the tree down. That's number 1. Number 2, I have to cut it into rounds like this, which is called bucking. That's 2. The 3rd is when I put it here. The 4th is when I take it home and I unload it next to the log splitter. The 5th time is when I put it in the splitter. The 6th time is when it splits, then I have to pick it up again and put it back in here. The 7th time is when I put it on my wood pile next to my house, ready to be burned. The 8th time is when I take this split and I put it in the fireplace. It's actually 8 different times. Every piece of wood times, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of pieces of wood. It's an extremely inefficient way to heat your home in the winter. But all it does is cost your time, because everything I have is right here. Being self-sufficient doesn't mean it's easy, but it's also very rewarding and one of the more fun things I enjoy doing. So now what we're doing is stacking wood. Let's go. Let's go to the house, guys. I'm hungry. My hands are getting wet, my shirt's wet. I'm ready to go in because I'm cold and wet now. And when you get wet out here, that'll kill you. If you're back in the woods and you can't get out, you'll die of hypothermia real quick. So it's not good to get wet out here. It can make you sick. So we're gonna wrap this up, go inside, start a fire in the fireplace, and warm up, have something to eat, and watch YouTube. If you like this video about these super cool, powerful chainsaws, check out our video playlist on tools and toys for Alaska. I'll show you some of my favorite things that help us live the best life we can in Alaska.